So Toby suggested that I do the next video in my car, so here I am. But honestly, I just want to talk about this week. This week was a lot for me personally, not only when it comes to what I learned in the stock market, which I've learned a lot, to like what I'm learning about myself. So I have been purposely thinking every situation through. Like it's really hard to understand. Like instead of just responding when Toby asked me, hey, can you go to the car to get something? And I want to say no, like I don't want to get up, I'm in bed. But at the same time, if I was the one asking him, I would actually want him to go. So I said yes, and I got up and I went and I got whatever it was, I don't even remember. But like, it's so interesting that I'm catching on to myself when it comes to these things. Like I don't like being uncomfortable. That's what I've learned. I don't like being uncomfortable. However, life can be so much better if you're just uncomfortable for a little bit and you get through it. I also think, that's the anxiety medicine. That's what it's made for. But yeah, I've been busy, but I've been working on myself, and with that comes probably the best week I've had with my husband in like 5 years, which is great because our anniversary's in like a week or two. And then the kids started school this week, so we put them in this new Montessori school. It's not new, but it's new to us. And it's so fancy. It's so fancy. I feel like all of those jokes, there's no way to put this. I feel like all of those internet moms that I see where they're like, oh yeah, I go to this school and all the other parents dress fancy while I'm in my pajamas. But like, that's a thing. That's a thing that happens. I didn't know that parents actually got like dressed to go and they're fancy. They have like their Escalade, and here I pull up with my minivan with my 3 loud ass kids, just being us. But it's great. You know what? On that note, this was the end of their first week of school, and the kids have been separated into different classes. So Isaac is in a Spanish immersion class, and then Carter is just in normal Montessori class, and Raina is actually in the elementary school. So they are all in different places, which means they get to explore different things, and for the first time in their life they get to have friends that their siblings don't interact with, which I feel is so important. And of course, the paranoia pandemic thing messed all of that social time up. So to be able to find a school that is adhering so well to the COVID standards that during the entire period up to right now, they were closed for 2 weeks after Christmas. And she's like, we can't control what people do during the holiday season. And I get it. And I don't know. It's very nice. I like it a whole bunch. But on like the 3rd day, I talked to Isaac's teacher, and all she could tell me about how joyful he is and how he's so energetic and he likes to help, and he's already trying to pick up the Spanish. And like, for a 3-year-old, he is just so loving. And she said he immediately made some friends and they're playing together. And I'm so glad. I was so worried he was gonna hate it, especially since it's a Spanish immersion program, because like, he's not gonna know what goes on. But he's doing a fantastic job. And then like Carter's teacher, I haven't actually like sat down to talk to her, but she came to me and she's like, Carter is a joy to have, and she just brings more beauty to my class every day she's here. And like, wow, that's a really Carter thing to say. Like that sounds like Carter, and that sounds like Isaac. But then today on Friday, I actually sat down with Raina's teacher and we had a Zoom meeting. And it was the best Zoom meeting I've ever thought, because like I've doubted my decision because it's a private school. I'm paying a lot of money when the stock market is my job right now. But like I feel like I was making the wrong decision. And when I sat down and talked to Raina's teacher, I realized I'm not, because she said about how Raina is not afraid to ask questions and she's not afraid to finish sentences and she wants to guide. And she's listing all of these traits that my daughter has that in public school were punished so much. And she's like, we're just working on volume control. And yeah, I get it. Like, my kids only talk on the level of screaming. So they all need to learn how to be on volume, except for Carter. Carter's pretty quiet unless she's upset. But like, she had only good things to say, and it wasn't the general, she's a joy to have in our class and she's so nice and she likes to be the leader. It's like, she told me about conversations she's had with my daughter over the week, and I love it. It's warmed my heart. It has made me feel like I 100% made the right decision in letting the kids go there, because it just continues how I want to parent at home. Like, the kids are very independent and they get themselves dressed, and I never thought about applying it to like their school life. But when my friend offered that, it was like, hey, look into this. I completely forgot. You know, when I was pregnant with Raina, I was 19 and I heard about Montessori and I was like, oh yeah, that's a great thing, these crunchy moms, and I love it. But like, I forgot about it. Real life happened. My kids ended up in public school, or at least my oldest one did. And now we have been able to upgrade, and it's so nice. But I was talking to Toby, like, for you to be able to upgrade your life, you have to have money. I mean, it sounds normal, but I'm talking about like when you're really, really low. Like when Toby and I were really low and he was out of a job due to a car accident, and I was out of a job due to just being like sick while I was pregnant. And that whole year, it was a year after my mom died, so like mentally I wasn't even in the right place. But we had nothing. And then to move to like, our apartment was $1,500 because we were living in a fancy suburb of Charlotte. And like, to move to a place that was so much cheaper required us to still like pay so much money. And how are we gonna come up with this money? People like, sell your TV. Not with 3 kids. Like, what are they supposed to do? They're gonna be in the house because we can't go anywhere. I had help though. Like, I had so much help and so much support. My entire family has had so much help and support. And that's why, like, I want to shake people sometimes when they're like, oh, why are you giving that homeless person money? Or why did you give them that amount of money? Why did you tip them this much? First of all, it's my money. If I want to give it away, I can give it away. So whatever. But also, like, to be able to even slightly self-care or to breathe or anything like that, you've got to have some sort of financial stability. And so you need money to be able to make money. I would not be able to make the money I'm making right now if it were not for us being able to have like a way for us to do it that happened quickly. So like, it's great. It's not great. My mind got confused because I was thinking about the money. But like, I like to give it away. Me and Toby also likes to give the money away. We were talking today about how we will probably never ever get to the point of being rich, because we will pay our bills, we will have fun, and we will give money away. That's what we do. And it's funny because like, I think my first video was about how Carter was called out in class for giving money away. And then like, I went to tell my mom, not my mom, I went to tell my dad and my sister, and they're like, oh yeah, I wonder who she gets it from. And I was like, I don't know, I have no idea. And then, you know, I gave somebody money, and I was like, ah, yes. But it really makes me upset when people are like, no, I am not gonna, or they can work for it, or here's the advice. I am that person who knows advice doesn't do anything. Like, you don't need advice, you need help. You need actual help, you need somebody's time. But you feel so insignificant because nobody has time. And that sucks. Like, with the state of the world right now, not even the world, like with the state of the country right now, like nobody has time for anything because we spend all of our time stressed. And for the first period of my life ever, I have time. Like, I have time to give to other people, which is literally all I've ever wanted to do in my life. Like, I don't think of the stock market as my career. Like, it's a way I make money, yeah, but I make money to help other people, to get other people things because they should feel joy. And I am a firm believer that everyone should feel unfiltered joy sometimes. Like, I remember one time I won a jackpot on a cruise ship, and we didn't really have any money. Next thing you know, I'm winning like $1,500, and I'm like, oh my God. So that amount of joy that I had for the rest of that trip was sky high. Or like when something good happens, something genuinely good happens, and for the first time in your life you can breathe because it's okay for once. Like, I have the time to provide that to people. But I've also got to the mental place where I know where to say no. Because it's finally hit that you can't give to other people if your cup is not full. And it's completely true, but I always thought it meant like I had to have all of this money in savings. Like, I was making it a physical goal to have. And that was the wrong way to go about it, because my personal cup, like what I need to have fulfilled for me to be able to give to others, is simply just taking care of myself. And now I've worked and achieved this life right now, this period of time where I can finally just be like, here, and talk to people and tell them that they're amazing and that they deserve happiness. Because people don't tell people this. Like, I don't know why. I get it. We all started saying I love you to each other. Like, everybody found out and got on board that saying I love you to everyone is a great thing. But can we just start telling people that they deserve things? Like, everybody has to work so hard for everything right now. Like, why? But it is the whole idea that you have to work for you to be something. For you to, like, there we go. You have to work for you to even, let's say, sorry, hold on. Can't see me. There we go. Oh. I'm too short. Anyways, I don't remember what I was saying, but the point of the matter is, giving from a full cup. Like, for me to be happy, for me to be fulfilled, there's just little things I need to do throughout the day. Like, the movie Soul put it in a really good way. Like, my spark is living and just being alive. I want to uplift other people. That genuinely brings me joy. Like, I want to help other people in situations that I know are hard. Specifically, like having kids and then losing a job, or losing your income, or somebody dies. Like, it is so much. And a lot of the times people just need a hand. So if I can be the first person in that person's life to start it, then that's great. Because then, if you think about it, it becomes a whole pay it forward thing. And I grew up loving that movie. I loved that idea, and I always wanted to pay it forward. But nothing happened to me. So I never thought about it. And then I stopped taking care of myself, and then I couldn't. And now I realized the man at the beginning of that movie who gave away his car because he just needed a car, so he gave away this beautiful car. And the guy's like, what did you do it? Why did you do that? And he was like, well, you needed it. I didn't. Just pay it forward. And that's where I want to be. I want to see, well, I don't want to see, but like, I want to be in a place where I can help someone because they don't have a car or they lost their car or something. I just want to be able to hand them this vehicle and like the money for the tags and everything to get them paid for like 6 months. Like that is what I want to do, because then that person doesn't have to spend the time and the energy thinking about that one thing, and they can breathe. And do you know how much better people think about things when they breathe? Like we make so many better decisions. You might be able to get better sleep at night because this is covered. You don't have to worry about it. And how magical is it that you can do that? You can provide that to somebody. It's so cool. Like for the longest time, what I want to do is have like a trailer park where I just let houseless people live there, because they need a place. They're not going to be able to secure a job and do all of these things if they don't have a home address. And no, if they need an ID, now they have an address. They can stay there as long as they want to. I'll be more than happy to buy more trailers. But I guarantee you, the moment they have enough money to move out and like live on their own, they're gonna take the chance. People like independence. We're just all stressed. This turned into a long rant, but most of my videos do. I feel like I got some solid points around. Basically, I'm just gonna give my money away. Not a whole bunch. So I have limits. I have a budget. I do have 3 children. But it's so cool to think about the fact that for the rest of my life, I could be that person that I always wanted to encounter. I can be that person buying that person's cart at Walmart. Those are # goals.